guys, welcome back. I wanted to talk a little bit about orchid pots and deli containers today. So if you guys have not seen my video on deli containers, I will put a link in the video here so that you can see it. And some of you guys know that I do use deli containers to pot my orchids in just because they are so affordable, and at 14 cents a container, it's just way more affordable than what I would have to pay for actual orchid pots. And I would just poke holes in them and they do wonderfully for me. And there are some concerns about deli containers, so I will address them. One of the concerns about these containers are that you can't get them at any other size other than this one, the 4-inch, about 4.5-inch containers. And usually the 8-ounce, the 16-ounce, the 24 and 32-ounce containers are about this wide. So let me show you guys here. This is the 24-ounce and this is the 32-ounce, and you can see that they are the same diameter, but one is just taller than the other, and that's where they're putting the extra 8-ounce. But I have actually discovered that I can purchase larger deli containers, so like this, and also like this. And I've actually called a few places and actually went to a few places, restaurant supply stores, and they did not have it. So I actually had to purchase them online at restaurant.com, and I will also put a link there in the description for you so you can check them out. But I'll go over a little bit about those later on. Another concern about deli containers that I've heard from someone was that they might not last as long. They might break just because they don't have that coating, the UV coating. And I have to say that I have never had a problem with it. Some of my orchids have been potted in the same container for about 2 years now. So I actually started using them quite early in my orchid growing adventure, pretty much. But I have not had any problems with it. I actually left it outside in the summer in direct sunlight on many days, and it goes up to about 110 degrees, and I have not had any problems. So and also when I repot them, which is usually about a year or 2 years in between repots, I can because they are so cheap that I can just recycle them and use another one, and they would still be cheaper than purchasing orchid containers. And as many of you guys know, or many of you guys prefer, you might not want to use the same pot over again for another plant or for the same plant just because it might have bacteria or whatnot. Or you might be grossed out and don't want to wash it. I'm not really sure. But I just prefer to use my deli containers, and I've saved quite a bit of money. So I wanted to show you guys just comparison of the different pots and deli containers. So this is actually a 3.25 wide pot. So this is an orchid pot. It comes with my orchids. So sometimes this is what I do. I throw them in the dishwasher, and because they are pretty sturdy, they can survive the dishwasher and the heat that goes with it. And then I repot another orchid into it. It's still pretty small, and this orchid fits into this container pretty well. I also use my 24-ounce deli container, and this one has a width of 4.5-inch wide. And you guys will also know that this is an orchid pot that comes with a lot of Phalaenopsis orchids, and this one actually came with one of those. I did throw it in the washer or in the dishwasher, and you can see that there's still some algae growing here. It's still not very clean. I have not scrubbed it very well because I just threw it in the dishwasher. I didn't want to have to clean it too well. It has side slots, and the bottom is still very dirty. Now this one is 4-inch wide, as opposed to the 4.5-inch wide container, the Deli container, as opposed to the Orchid pot. And this one I purchased for only about 14 cents a piece. This one is an Orchid pot I also purchased, and this one is a thicker container actually. It is 5-inch wide, and this is actually really perfect for a lot of orchids. And I'm going to show you one of the orchids that is potted in here. So these are the same containers. I purchased this from Cal West Tropical, which is located in California, and their shipping is a little bit high, but I was able to pick it up just because I live kind of close to it. Not like, it's more like an hour away, but I was able to pick it up. And also you can find these guys at orchid shows. Cal West Tropical does travel many places, and you can buy the 5-inch containers. These are really good. It does not, however, have a lip. So when you use orchid hangers that have a little hook, you will not be able to use these guys. And this is the Deli container I just got today. This is the 2.7 quart container. So you can see the difference between the two. It is really big, and I will measure this one's diameter for you. So this is 6.5 inches wide. So this is a 5-inch, and this is the 6.5. And you can see the difference between the two, of course. This one has a lip, so when you use the hangers, the white hangers that I have in a lot of my videos, you can actually use it to hook it to the container. And this one is really, really thick plastic because it has to hold liquids, it has to hold boiling water and so forth. So it's quite sturdy. This one is the 5-quart container, and it measures at 8.5 inches wide. So this is really, really big. This will be perfect for my cymbidiums or specimen orchids, depending on what I want to pot it in. But you can see just how huge it is. So this is the 5-quart. This is the 2.7 quart. And this is the 32 ounce that fits into it. And this is the 24 ounce. So you can see the difference between all of the diameters. And I just want to compare this one to a cymbidium orchid pot. Wow, it's really heavy. So this is a cymbidium I purchased, and it has a pot that comes with it. I want to compare it to my 6.5-inch pot. So it is a little bit shorter over here, and it is a bit longer here. But this width is actually wider than this pot. I know it doesn't seem like it, but this pot can actually fit into the Deli container. And I wanted to show you guys another one. So this is, ow, just stabbed myself. This is an orchid pot also purchased from Cal West Tropical. I'm going to measure it for you. This is 8 inches. So This is 8.5 inches wide. This is a 5-quart container. And this is the 8-inch wide orchid pot. So you can see a huge difference. This one I purchased, I believe, for $2.50. So it is quite pricey. It kind of hurts my soul when I have to buy it just because it's just so pricey. But it's a very nice pot, and I was able to pick it up from Cal West Tropical, as I mentioned before, so it saved me a little bit of money on the shipping. Now let's talk a little bit about pricing. So I mentioned before that this is the 24 ounce container, and I purchased it for approximately 14 cents a piece. The 2.7 quart one, with the addition of the shipping, it cost me 62 cents, approximately 62 cents a piece, as opposed to if you purchase it online or in stores, it could go up to about $2 a piece of these. And this one was a little bit more expensive. It stood at about approximately $1.24. So that's USD, $1.24, and that's including shipping. And it is bigger than this one, which I paid $2.50 for. So this is $1.24 and this is $2.50 plus tax. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. I'm just really excited about my deli containers, and I hope that you guys will give them a chance if you haven't already. You can call ahead at supply or restaurant supply stores that are local, that are in your area, just to make sure that they have these guys before you order them online. But if you are willing to purchase them or split it with someone, it's actually a lot cheaper. So if you know someone who lives near you who also grow orchids and are looking for these affordable containers, just ask them and see if you guys can split the cost of the containers, because I know not everyone wants to buy a whole bunch of containers. But it's just really neat if you have that option. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you next time. Bye.